Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 58th and arguably
58th episode.
Arguably what may be the worst and or best and or most controversial episode of the pod.
I'd probably say this might get us cancelled. Or hashtag be seen by Renner.
We are going to be talking about... Wait, no. God. My name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. And we're talking about movies, TV shows, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. With me as always is my friend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Stuck
my friend, water drinking friend, Frederick.
You could say that. You could
Yeah.
say that. I drink the agua.
God. So today...
I'm worried about this episode.
Oh, wait. Also, this was recorded on September 8th, 2020, just so you know. Boom.
Just a little fun fact.
Little fun fact. Actually, so this will be released on October 30th, which, how fitting, the scariest of topics.
A day before the man truly becomes his full form.
We're going to be talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies, as suggested by two people whose names I can't remember, but some people for the pod
Clearly
number 50.
just disturbed people that they want to hear this.
But I said we'd be making full episodes, and here we are to talk about these movies. Now, to be clear, first of all, we have not seen a lot of these.
We will skip over.
There's some, so Scorpion King, Doom, Get Smart, Journey 2, G.I. Joe, Pain and Gain, Gem and the Holograms. I only included because I did not know he was in that, but all of these haven't seen, don't have much to say about. And there are also others like Welcome to the Jungle, The Rundown. Those might be the same movie.
Welcome to the Jungle Rundown.
we haven't seen, don't have much to talk about. So we're just gonna be talking about the ones we have stuff to talk about. Now I want to say, before we get into this, we meme Dwayne arguably more than anyone in the world. Mm-hmm. But genuinely, I do
really like it.
Because I feel like some people might get a little confused with how much we joke about Dwayne. He is a really like fun, good, charismatic actor. He's great, and he's a very likable guy, and he's by all accounts a great person. Mm-hmm. But he is also very... His movies especially are very memeable and lovable and amazing.
Mostly because of his potato-esque face.
You've really just ruined my disclaimer here, haven't you? He has a beautiful face, and he's a wonderful man. So, just to put that out there, we do love Dwayne before we go into this.
Before he sees this and starts crying.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. We did our best. So, starting off, I don't know, you watched the WWE.
I had a phase when I was like 11 to 14, I watched that every day.
I was 17 to 20.
Right now it's streaming in the background. But God, I mean, I still watch it sometimes. It's very entertaining.
I do have to admit, although I hate to say it, I did watch a compilation of The Rock
Dwayne's
and
moments.
Well, no, Dwayne and John Cena's rivalry. Like they made like a 40-minute compilation.
Yeah.
I did watch all of it.
Did you like it? He's hit some wonderful... I
did kind of like it.
We should not even talk about his wrestling, because like obviously he's a great wrestler, and I mean whatever. But like some of his antics,
well,
what does he get up to?
I did see him Fruity Pebbles bit.
Yes,
that was very good.
Have you seen him sing the song to Vicky Guerrera?
No.
It's very good. It's like
I'll put that in my watch later.
It's I think it's like a Brian. What's his name? Clapton. Eric Clapton? Is that the singer? Something Clapton. Like, would you know my name?
That sounds like Dwayne.
But anyways, he sang that, but then he replaced it with like, Cause biatch, you look horrible tonight.
Oh my goodness.
And he had the nuttiest face. I'll show you after. It's
please.
So good.
I also love the clip that also is used as a meme on Twitter a lot, where he just goes, "Shut up, bitch."
Oh, yeah.
But no, I have to say, because you are a fan of WWE, and you see in the front, I like more than you, as a huge fan of WWE. Yeah. And both of you have, mostly been trying to convince me to watch it for years.
It is.
And I hate that I gave in and actually watched some of this and actually quite enjoyed it. It's kind of delightful.
It is very delightful.
It's pretty fun. And especially the commentators are so like hyped up. And also when he does that thing, I think it's the people's elbow.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
It's so good.
And then also the rock bottom. I can't believe
rock bottom.
I can't believe I'm talking about this, but
I'm so happy you're talking about
those clips
this.
that I've seen.
This has been like in my life for so many years. And I was like, he doesn't want to do this. And now he's talking about rock bottom and the people's elbow.
It is kind of fun. I don't know if I'm gonna keep getting into it more, but the little I've seen.
Have you seen him
do John Cena's thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Classic
so
Dwayne.
And then also when John Cena tried to people's elbow him, but then he
rock bottom.
Sure. I can't remember exactly what he did.
Did he AA'd him?
Probably. He did
something
something
like John Cena's move where he got him on his back?
He probably did, actually.
Attitude adjustment.
Oh, I know that one.
Boom. That's an AA.
Anyway, so that was where he started. Arguably the peak. And then immediately after, not immediately at all, but later in his movie career, he made what, I think we've talked about this, I consider the worst movie ever made.
Oh, is that...
This is the animated film Planet 51.
That one with the little green boys?
Yes, the Green Boys.
Yeah, you know.
As they're known. I have not seen this
Dwayne's
movie.
toes.
I haven't seen this movie since, like, 2010 when it came out. I saw it in the cinema as, like, an 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And as an 8-year-old who's
loved it.
I was supposed to love everything, I walked out of that movie saying, this is the worst film I've ever seen in my life. And ever since then, I've never watched it again. I don't think I've even, like, seen a clip from it since. But I've always held it within me that that is the worst movie ever made.
I've always judged Dwayne by it. Is he the main character, or is he like playing all the little aliens?
I think he's the main guy. So I wonder if one day I'll watch it and think like, oh, that was really good. But for now, it stays.
Yeah,
because I used to also think
no watch anymore. Pile.
I used to think Kon-Tiki was the worst movie ever because I hated that when I saw it. But since then, I've rewatched some of it, and it's actually
my favorite.
Well, it's actually a very good, well-made movie. But I just hated it when I saw it as like a 10-year-old, which I don't know why Papa Hudson would take a 10-year-old to see Kon-Tiki. Of course, the 10-year-old's gonna hate it. But then again, he tried to take me to Planet 51. I also hated that, so I guess he had no choice.
I think he just has terrible taste.
But yeah, no, Planet 51, horrendous movie.
Haven't seen it, but it's based on just your reaction alone. It's very rare that you would on a Dwayne movie so hard.
Well, then we come to The Tooth Fairy.
I've seen this,
which I love. I saw this as a kid. I remember enjoying it as a kid.
I mean, Dwayne is... I do not remember anything that goes on in that
Literally nothing. I think he works at like
I think he's the leprechaun.
I think he might be Santa Claus. Oh, they should make a Santa movie with Dwayne. Come on, that would be sick. Yo, write that down.
Blanta. Dwanta.
But I remember really enjoying it as a kid, although it's probably horrendous.
It's probably not a very... That's probably a straight-to-DVD kind of thing.
Yeah. The other guys...
I do not know what that is.
It's the one with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, and they're like buddy cops.
It's Dwayne.
Dwayne's in it, yeah. It's a completely random movie. Avengers Endgame, that was a pretty good one. No, but the thing is, in the beginning, so it's like Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell are like it's a pretty funny comedy, but they're like kind of not the fuck up cops, but like kind of like Mark Wahlberg. I can't remember what Mark Wahlberg.
Marky Mark does sound like a fuck up.
He does something wrong, but then Will Ferrell's like the pencil pushing like nerd who sits at his desk. But it starts out
it's like with like an old 21 Jump Street kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah. And then it's an old... I take that, Ferrell. But at the beginning, the like two like super badass cops they have to replace are played by Dwayne Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson. And they have the most incredible death scene. And I'll show it to you. The other guys aim for the bushes. So, because they're like...
Did the Bushmaster kill them?
He did not. So they're meant to be like the whole opening action scene is super over the top. They're explosions and they're like jumping around.
So are they like...
So they're like super badass cops. Okay. And so they're doing all kinds of like crazy like Michael Bay stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into this scene.
Rolling heavy. Cream puff. These guys are pros. You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
And that's how they die. So I just want to include that because that's
what bush?
Exactly. So I just want to include that because that's an amazing Dwayne moment where he just jumps off a building and then just splats. It's a pretty funny movie. I would recommend. Then I think we can just bunch all the Fast and Furious movies together.
That's fair. Also Hobbs and Shaw?
And Hobbs and... Actually, yes.
Actually, definitely.
So in the fifth one, he shows up with... Where he's all like baby oiled up, remember that? Yeah. He's like a cop. And then, and Ludacris is like...
No, please. It's Blanta who says that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Better watch that big ass forehead.
I was about to say, wait a minute, that's not Ludacris. That's Blanta who says that. The famous Blanta man. And then...
The famous Blantaman.
It sounds like a horror movie. The Blantaman.
Knock, knock, the Blantaman.
An outline of Tyrese's face just peeking.
And there's just a Santa hat on the side with a little bit of blood on it. He bit his tongue and spat.
Oh my god. If people don't know what we're talking about with Blanta, go watch Fast and Furious 7. Because otherwise it sounds really weird what we're saying. It still does, but then Fast and Furious 6. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen 5 either, but I've seen that scene. Fast and Furious 6.
Is that it's 6 or 7 where he like breaks out of the...
That's 7. So let's talk about 7. He breaks out of a cast.
Yeah.
I think he was under some kind of contract thing, or like he was doing something else, because he's not really in 7.
No, not really.
Like, he's mostly in a hospital bed watching the Hulk, and then he breaks out of his cast and grabs a machine gun. Fast and Furious 8 is when him and the Diesel Master hated each other.
Yeah, because the Diesel Master... I mean, for just reasons, because the Diesel Master went off with Charlize, right? That's the one.
No, but in real life as well.
Oh, really?
I was like, the Diesel Master did what? No, yeah, they hated... You know about the Rock Vin feud?
I do, I feel like, yes.
The Rock made an Instagram post where he was like...
specifics.
He made an Instagram post where he was like, I like working with all my female co-stars and most of the male ones, except for some like candy-ass motherfuckers who keep ruining my fucking shoot, or he starts writing in all caps. He said some like passive-aggressive, it was more aggressive than passive-aggressive thing. I'm gonna kill you, Vin Diesel.
Watch out, Vinny D.
It's just a photo with him with a machete, photo of him with a wrench.
It's a fucking mannequin of Vin Diesel, and then just... He's trying to kiss my axe, he says.
He's trying to send a subtle message. It's a video of him just stabbing a body double of Vin Diesel. But, so yeah, they had a feud, and then they refused to be, like, in scenes together or something, which is why I don't think they're ever on screen together at the same time. No, they must be. No, but I don't think Dwayne's there at the end, where he's like, here's my baby. You remember that scene where Vin Diesel, he does the Lion King? Like,
I thought Dwayne was like, here's my baby.
But anyway, that's also, I think that's why he's not in Fat, because also...
In Fat?
Fast and Furious 9, but then also because he made a spin-off, and then Vin Diesel's like, no, I'm the man of the franchise, and then he's like, no, I'm the man, and then Statham went and stabbed both of them.
And now Statham's the ultimate man.
Yeah. And Tyrese hates him too, because he was like, Dwayne, you're making a spin-off, you're not part of the hashtag fast family, hashtag seen by Renner, hashtag fast family, or whatever.
This entire it's just at the end. Renner just adds them all and hashtag scene.
It's like I imagine that's
seen
like
by the Ren.
That's like a moment in a horror movie where you know there's like a countdown to when you're gonna die. So just you get a tweet that says hashtag scene from Jeremy Renner. You just look around and you see him running at you. He's waddling towards you.
Walter style. But at the last minute he doesn't turn away.
I was trying to figure out which Walter you were talking about.
There's only one Walter.
But yeah, and then so yeah, they hated each other for a bit, I guess. I don't know if they ever worked it out.
Now they chummy.
Now they very chummy. And then there's Hobbs and Shaw. I was watching.
It's a great Dwayne performance.
It's a pretty good movie, and a great Dwayne Statham. I was watching an insults compilation yesterday, which is pretty good.
You were.
Of Dwayne and
just unrelated to what we're talking about.
It was of me.
It's just all your fans sending you shit.
An insults compilation. Let me pull this up actually.
No fucking way.
Oh, there's the part where Dwayne talks about his Shaw's sister mounting him like a mountain or something.
Oh right, I do remember that.
And you, look at you. Seemingly harmless. Oh, what?
Dwayne's reaction to when he gets a movie script with Diesel. What? Look at Dwayne. He so loves this.
It's so not part of the movie.
It's Statham's actual sister.
You actually think that I'm going just so I can do the horizontal hula sexy time with your
So that's enough of that.
Hula sexy times.
God, also, the fact that he's bald just makes it so much better. I don't know why, but I just...
You know that man can hula hoop.
I don't know, in all of his, like... Also, I love this thumbnail from Mr. Sunday where it's just Dwayne's face and just says, embarrassing. Embarrassing underneath it. Anyway, good for Dwayne. So that's an excellent Dwayne movie. I mean, the movie's fine, but it's a great Dwayne performance. Mm-hmm. Hercules.
I've seen scenes from Hercules. I haven't actually seen it.
I haven't, but I cannot imagine it's better
he wears
than a
like
Disney
a
movie.
lion's head or something over himself.
Well, that's what Hercules usually does.
And then, oh yeah, true. And then he's got a big old club, and then he just goes, I don't know. He throws it or something.
He doesn't. I don't know.
What do I do with this?
Chucks it at Diesel. It's just slightly off camera. He was directing that day.
That day. The movie has like 20 directors. Dwayne was furious when he found out Diesel was one of them, but amazed when he found out Tyrese was the other.
San Andreas, where Dwayne tries to stop the city from falling apart as mayor. You know he's going to run for president. No.
In the thing?
No. I was making a humorous jab that he was metaphorically trying to stop the city from falling apart, when literally the city is falling apart.
Oh, you're making a fun political joke.
Not really. I mean, it's debatable if that was fun, political, or a joke, but that's the contribution I bring to this.
Everything you say is so ambiguous.
Anyway, there's a big earthquake, and then he flies a helicopter around.
He does, doesn't he?
And just watches.
Golden Gate like crashes.
Yeah, he's just observing. He's like, damn, wouldn't want to be down there.
Thank God for helicopters.
Then there's Central Intelligence, the first of many team ups with Heart.
With the Heart. I really like this movie. It is a little bit like forgettable,
Generic.
maybe.
Yeah,
it's a little bit Ant-Man, but like at the same time, it's a fun watch.
it's an okay watch. There's a part where he confronts his childhood bully Jason Bateman.
Yeah, it's very good.
And he's like, "You're always going to be a fat kid," when really he's like, but he's not though.
But Bateman, are you blind, Bateman?
but look at Dwayne's muscles, Bateman. There's also the part where there's like a flashback where he's like fat CGI,
fat and naked.
Yeah, Dwayne's face onto a fat naked body.
That's maybe just Dwayne in the past. It's kind of like Boyhood, been in the making for many years.
And Aaron Paul's the villain, and he says "bitch."
He does, and
we were all like,
he's very kind of underwhelming. Not the best Paul performance.
Good way to put it. Paul's usually great, but not
here. Dwayne outshines him.
Moana, where Dwayne does
amazing.
a bit of a singing number,
bit of a madness.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I did see a fun fact about this, which I enjoyed, where Dwayne was playing the movie for his daughter, who did not know that he was voicing Maui, and then he was like, "Oh, that's my voice," and he started singing along, and she told him to shut up because he was ruining the movie. Yeah. Which I feel would be true.
Yeah.
Dwayne would do a terrible live performance. He crumbles under the pressure. But I mean, his singing's not bad.
I honestly don't think it's bad at all.
He got memed a lot.
On his trailer as well. He's like, don't ever make the Rock sing again. I was like, I kind of love it.
I kind of only want to hear rock songs from now on. Just make a Dwayne app.
Rock songs. Hashtag be seen.
It's like, don't. I think he's fine.
No,
I think his singing is A-okay. And then
better than Planet 51.
Oh yeah. His animated streak went
way up.
Yes, good for you, Dwayne. Baywatch.
I have not seen all of Baywatch.
I've seen none of. I've seen the scene where the one guy gets his boner stuck in a.
Oh yeah.
And
Dwayne's like, nah.
He lifts some fridges.
He does
against
Zach.
Also, I feel like that competition heavily favors Dwayne, given he's like 8 feet taller than him and like has 20 pounds more.
Not very fair.
20 pounds. 200 pounds more.
20 pounds, please.
Based on the trailer, he says, "I'm oceanic, motherfucker," at one point.
He does.
That's Dwayne. That's Dwayne for you.
It's
he looks at the camera and says, "That's Dwayne." It's his catchphrase. Ballers. Now I know we've talked.
Don't talk about us, please.
I know you've discussed multiple times in this pod the Dwayne butt scene. So let's not go into
Dwayne
it now.
butt scene in Baller.
What else happens in that show? What does he do? What is it about?
I think it's him making cash.
I can imagine
him raking in stacks.
Dwayne pitching and like, "Okay, guys, I make some cash. Like, we love it, Dwayne."
And I show my bootylicious booty.
I do the hula hula sexy times.
I feel like I almost have to show you.
No, you don't.
Not on pod, but just off pod, or on pod if you want. It's a live reaction.
Is it just him like counting money for like 2 seasons?
I haven't seen it.
Counting his real.
It is kind of like just like he's being one of the boys. He's like, I get a lot of women, a lot of money. I drive a Bugatti,
cruise style.
This time he can get out. I know. It just seems like Dwayne is just flexing his actual lifestyle.
His actual money. I would pay to see a Dwayne okay, hear me out. A Dwayne mukbang, but instead of eating food,
he's eating himself.
He's gnawing at his toe. He's he's counting the money that he's made from his different movies, and then he talks about how much he hated.
Be a mukbang.
No, I'm saying like the format of like sitting in front of the camera.
Dwayne eating bills.
And then he would like talk about his experiences on different films, and then I mean, to be fair, he could just do that without
Is that not just
counting
like,
his money.
Why does it have to be mukbang?
But it adds a certain spice.
The mukbang is totally
Like
thrown
I've
me
gone,
off.
okay, so it's a mukbang, but without the food and without without the camera and without the person. It's nothing.
It's Dwayne's money.
It's just a still image.
It's $1.
And then occasionally comes in and says, "God, I fucking hate Vin Diesel."
Imagine Dwayne slurping on some noodles and then just saying, "Fuck Diesel."
Would you watch a Dwayne mukbang? Asking for a friend.
You know the answers, yes.
Then we have Jumanji 2 and Jumanji 3. And Jumanji 3. Because technically they're sequels to the original
I
Jumanji.
see what you've done here.
Boom. 2 steps ahead of you at all times.
Damn.
Just like the Jumanji movies are. You think you've got them, but then the Jumanji movies just sneak away from you.
You think it's a Jumanji movie, but it's the second one.
But then it's ballers somehow.
Close your eyes and open them again. You're in Planet 51. God, I love the Jumanji movie. I haven't seen the second one.
That would be actually an excellent movie for us to see together.
Is it good? Is it a good one?
It is. It's very much like the first one. It's funny. It's good. It's nothing like insanely spectacular, but it's very fun time.
Would you say the first or second one's better?
I might have actually enjoyed the second one, to be fair.
Oh,
it was
fair, eh? We bit of Tobe Giselax in there.
Why would you hit me with that? You could have chosen Josh Circa.
Is his last name Circa?
No. No.
What's his last name? Gad? Josh Smith.
That would fit him, to be fair. But they're both very fun movies.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwayne
and I love
Dwayne's
on
great
and
as-
off screen. The Dwayne and Kevin team up is just so good.
And Dwayne also being like an awkward 15-year-old boy is also quite fun. I can't remember who he is in the second movie.
Isn't he Danny DeVito?
He is. Yes, he is. That's very good. And
I
then
haven't even seen the movie.
spoiler alert, but they do switch like around a bit. So he gets to play multiple Dwaynes.
Oh,
It's quite fun. Yeah, him as DeVito is quite good as well. Rampage. I don't know if we have anything we can say about that we haven't said already. Just kidding. I have this list of notes right here.
Just kidding. Whips out a whole book. God, I mean, in a word, perfection. In 2 words, not good. In a sentence, he no laugh, he cry.
In very broken grammar.
George, the wolf wife.
I mean, yeah, it's an iconic film.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if we're ever remembered for anything, it'll be
Rampage.
It'll be Rampage.
It's Dwayne's performance in Rampage.
That's what we'll be remembered for. Yeah. They'll look and then go, Freddy.
They see Rampage like, God, miss those guys.
Those boys were excellent. Yeah, no, it's I mean, it has Dean Morgan. It has Pete.
It's got a wolf that flies.
It has a wolf that fucking flies.
God, what more can you ask for?
That's the trailer. Dwayne just yelling at you. Actually, there is
It
that
doesn't
amazing.
hit any vital organs.
There is that amazing clip of Dwayne being like, "Me and my friend George are teaming up against a giant fucking crocodile," or something like that. Have you seen that? It's excellent. So yeah, Rampage, 10 out of 10, best movie ever.
No,
can't be topped. Can't be
cannot.
stopped. Can't be bopped.
Can't be dewopped.
No, it can't be.
Don't pretend like what I said was stupid. When you said can't be bopped.
And then finally, I hate to end on such a stinker, but Skyscraper is one of the worst movies we've ever seen together. Skyscraper was
Dwayne
so
stink.
disappointing. The Dwayne?
The Dwayne. The distinct.
The distinct. It was so disappointing because we went from Rampage to Sky. We went from a genuinely incredible experience to just
awful.
He is the daddy who loves, which is kind of awesome. That's my favorite.
Daddy loves who?
It's been a while since we hit one. I had to hit a hard one there.
Same universe?
But it was just genuinely very.
So weird. Who was the bad guy in this? I forget.
The building. Just Dwayne punching the building for 3 hours.
Dwayne easily wins.
It's not really fair. No, it was like some businessman. It was a Danish guy, wasn't it?
Was it Mads Mikkelsen?
No, we wouldn't
know.
know. If it was Mads Mikkelsen,
Yeah,
it would be 10 out of
only-
10. It was some I'm 99% sure it was some Danish guy.
We need to figure this out. Skyscraper villain.
Roland Møller. Anyway, Skyscraper was... It did have some enjoyable moments, some enjoyable Dwayne moments.
The entire thing was very enjoyable, but it's not a good movie.
I would argue it was not as enjoyable as Rampage. Like,
Obviously not.
Even on a so bad it's good level, it was like, we had fun with it.
Yeah.
As we do with anything. I mean, we're seeing the New Mutants tonight, so...
I totally forgot we did that. God, true.
But it just, I don't know, it was more dumb, and or not more, it wasn't more dumb than Rampage, but it was like...
I don't think there's a dumber movie.
But I don't know, I just remember like walking out and being like, that was kind of disappointing. Like, I didn't even have like as much fun with it as I thought I would. Although he does seal a wound with duct tape at one point, which is kind of epic.
That is true.
That is Dwayne.
That is a Dwayne.
So of these, which would you say is your favorite? I mean, let's say besides
Rampage. Okay. It might have to be Hobbs and Shaw or Jumanji.
Jumanji and Jumanji 2 are quite good. Moana's a really good movie, but I haven't really gone back to it. And I don't think the other guys counts. I think, yeah.
I mean, WWE, he's always shining, but that's not a movie.
No.
That's just the Dwayne persona.
Hobbs and Shaw or Jumanji is a pretty good bet. Although Moana isn't really a Dwayne movie.
No, come on.
So it has, I think, of these movies, what was the first one I said? Jumanji. Jumanji's more of like a team movie, and it's like, and Dwayne's not even playing a Dwayne type.
It's amazing.
In Hobbs and Shaw, he's just Dwayne.
He's just the ultimate.
It might have to be Hobbs and Shaw, followed obviously closely by Rampage. Well, no, it succeeded by Rampage. Rampage is million miles ahead. So now it's time for
the Tom Cnews.
So, we're back to our trivia pages.
All right, hopefully it's something lighter than last week.
Japan celebrates Tom Cruise Day. Bold of them to assume that it's only celebrated in Japan. As I whip out my Tom Cruise banner. In 2006, Japan declared October 10th Tom Cruise Day, since the Mission Impossible star paid more visits to the country than any other celebrity. I feel like that's kind of hard to measure. Like, what do you define as a celebrity?
What about all Japanese celebrities?
What about celebrities who live there? Tom Cruise learned to speak Japanese for his role in The Last Samurai.
Oh, that is a great movie. Have you seen that?
I've not.
It is such a good cruise movie.
He strived to sound like a native speaker and definitely nailed the job. All right, thethings.com. You're not here to give us subjective information.
I'll figure that out for myself, thank you very much, when I judge his Japanese.
And then... Where's the other article?
You deleted it because it was horrific.
Yeah, fair. Car fact. He doubled down and got a silver Mustang Saleen. More like Nadim from Daredevil.
He's dead. Show some respect, sir.
Is he?
Didn't Poindexter shoot him?
Oh, that was such an emotional scene, too.
Yeah.
It was like, that must be really hard, because he always said that. Tom Cruise got a Mustang Saleen. So he has 2.
God.
Good for you, Cruise.
Silver Mustang.
One day.
One day I'll be like Cruise.
Also, someone asked... I think it was a meme on the pod fan page that said, now that they know that I've watched Sex Education, they need to hear my thoughts on it. I've only seen the first 4. I think I've seen the first season, actually.
Oh, I love that show. It's so good.
It's really, really good. It's very...
Learn all I know from it. It's also very fitting that we're talking about this on the Dwayne episode. Sex Education. Something Dwayne clearly needs. Dwayne, if you're watching, please give it a watch.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be calling it the hula hoop sexy time or whatever.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, I think it's a really fun show. It's funny and it has great characters and really good acting, and it's just it's nice like aesthetic. It's well shot and good music and all that. It's a really good show from what I've seen so far, and I look forward to continuing watching. And I also want to say I finished season 6 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I have to say I think I've talked Brooklyn Nine-Nine a little bit on this pod because I really liked it for a while, and then I felt it got kind of repetitive and
you talked about Holt, how he's become a bumbling fool.
Did I?
Who needs help?
Oh.
You said in the first season he was very like he was the leader clearly, but now he just needs to learn how to be a proper human.
Oh yeah.
You did diss him.
That is. I'm sorry, Holt.
Yeah.
I mean, I stand by what I said at the time, but I will say I continued watching. I finished season 6, and season 6 genuinely, I still have, obviously there's still some problems with like maybe it gets a little repetitive or like a little bit of this whatever, but genuinely really loved it.
Have you seen season 7?
I've started it. I started it yesterday.
It's good.
First episode of season 7 wasn't crazy about.
Which one is that?
Manhunter.
Oh right, yeah.
It was okay, but season 6
I mean, I'd say season like 3 to 6 is peak.
Okay. Well, six was super, super funny, and like, I don't know, I found myself consistently laughing out loud, and it was just, I just want to rectify that, while Brooklyn Nine-Nine, obviously, like, you know, everything is going to have its problems, for what it is, it's a very funny, wholesome, fun comedy, and I really enjoy it.
Easy to watch.
Just want to put that out there. And we are back for the weekly Freddy's in Scotland, not pre-recorded segment. Freddie, how are you doing? Give us a little Scotland update.
I don't remember if I said this last time, but the flat has in fact left.
Yeah, it's
But otherwise, things are pretty good. I'm doing some work and hitting the gym, of course.
Well, very, very good. I would expect nothing less, sir. Well, for this week's announcements and such, firstly, a couple things from the fan page. Do you see Mark Wahlberg's mustache?
I hate that. That's a question you have to ask me. But yes, I did.
Very good. Definitely a contender for Stash of the Year when we do our end of year thing.
Oh my god.
And then there was also a very good meme about that they choose to watch the pod even though it spoils the Marvel Netflix shows. Very good, although I'm sorry that we spoiled the fate of Nadim, but yeah, very good meme. Also, if I'm quite low energy, I will just say I have been feeling a little under the weather, so yeah, like I just said before we started recording, hopefully it's not the thing, but I think I have something, but I'll get tested tomorrow. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of a bit dead in the voice at the moment.
Can we get some prayers or BHL in the chat?
Then I was wondering if you've seen the trailer for a movie called Freaky.
Freaky? I have not.
Because I had not either, but then suddenly it was forced upon me, and I've discovered potentially the best looking movie of the entire year, and I think you're going to want to watch this.
Okay.
So it's from the producers of Happy Death Day, and
I did like Happy Death Day.
Oh, it involves a serial killer, horror movie killer comes after a girl.
Okay.
But then they switch bodies, and so the killer is in the girl's body, and the girl is in his body. But the twist is, you know who plays the killer?
Okay, give me a hint.
It's a man of great charisma and.
I hate how it's always something that will never help me.
Okay, fine. It's a man who enjoys a good holiday.
My God. Is it Vaughn?
It's Vinny V.
Oh God!
And,
I got that.
And yeah, in the trailer, so it's Vinny V playing a teenage girl in a horror movie. So I think you should check that out. It looked wonderful, and I think we're gonna have to see that if we're able to.
Oh my God, it does sound great.
And speaking of horror stuff, we got a comment last week from Alexis Herrera if we could give any scary anecdotes. So because it is Halloween, the day before Halloween, this is going up. So. What would do you have any, because I think I've already given my scariest anecdote on the pod, which was when I saw a ghost in that basement one time. Even though I don't believe in ghosts, but that totally was a ghost.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to do a little think about this.
Alright, well you think about it, I'll do another thing.
Okay, go for it.
I will say just thank you to everyone there were a lot of nice comments in my latest video about me getting a sponsor. That was very nice. Then also Michael B. Jordan is going to direct Creed 3. I just thought that was a bit of an odd headline.
How's that gonna work?
I don't know. If he's behind the camera, how is he in front of the camera?
How can you film himself hitting someone whilst filming?
And yeah, I guess now we can just come back to. Also, shout out to the fan pages. I don't know if I said it before. The run by Pierce and Cian, link down below. Yeah, great stuff.
I mean, I don't. There's probably some scary anecdote that I've had throughout my life about my father.
Yeah, I was about to say every time you bring. Actually, I have a terrifying anecdote that I can tell about your father.
It's a very good anecdote. It's exactly what Alexis was looking for.
There was one time where we were at you were having a party at your place. This is 4 years ago or something. And then I walked downstairs. And I thought you were downstairs, and I can't remember what I said, but I said something some inside joke between us, calling out to you.
I remember what you said.
What did I say?
So, okay, let me set the scene.
Okay, yeah. Tell it like a horror story.
So BHL Hudson here was wandering around the darker, I assume darker kitchen area of my house.
Yes, yeah.
And then, out of the corner of his eye, he sees someone pass through the doorway. And, as any sane man would, he goes, "Fousey tube?" And then, to both the horrors, my dad turns around and goes, "Sorry?"
The way he said sorry will forever haunt my nightmares. Of course I said Fousey tube. God, 2017 was a better time, wasn't it?
Come on now. Yeah.
So
I can't think of any anecdotes right now. I'll save it up for the next time. I know it'll be past Halloween then, but
well, Alexis, I hope you got the spooks from that tale. And yeah, finally, I'll just say the podcast is on iTunes and it's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I really thought I was like,
iTunes and
I really thought I was gonna say iTunes and Apple Podcasts. I thought I caught it, but my brain right now is very not okay. And so I was like, you can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you can find us on youtube.com/ well, it's not youtube.com/, but you can search for the Poorly Planned Podcast on YouTube for great,
it better be the first thing that pops up.
for great content. All right, back to the pod. So, whew. Thank you very much for listening. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. Also, link in the description to the fan pages. Check them out. Fun memes.
You can find me on Instagram at fdalgard. You can find me on Twitter at FDK_DaltSniper. And you can actually find me on YouTube at FDK Space Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.